to go to which is the most entertaining part. We will be going to the debate session. So for all the candidates and everyone here, how it's gonna work
I'm a baiter.
is I don't know how Spiff and Llama are gonna do it. I'll be honest with you, but good luck to you two. Uh, because like you guys can't speak, and I don't even think Horace Swiss can speak. But you guys all vote for times you can
You ready for
speak.
me and Flippity
EXE
to
speak
talk for 20
for or
minutes?
Swiss.
Oh, I guess I'm supposed.
I'm gonna just speak
Me.
for everyone, bro. Don't worry. But how it's gonna work? I will be asking a very broad question, which kind of relates to the situation we're in right now, and everyone are individually gonna answer the question. And then if one of you hears something that you don't like from the other candidates, you could press them and ask them about it. And then after this, I will let each candidate question the other candidate about anything related to Wisteria Minecraft in general. Just the most important thing here is we keep it very professional, formal. We don't speak over each other, and we just keep it respectful. Because at the end, it's not that deep. That's all that really matters. So, the first question I'm gonna like to ask all of you is how do you guys all plan to prepare for Pactoria, seeing it's gonna be one of our biggest servers we'll ever play, and it's gonna be it's a lot bigger, it's a lot more competition, etc. How do you all plan to prepare for it, seeing it's gonna be opening in 1 to 2 months? Anyone could go first or whatever. And the
I'll go.
people who cannot what's it called talk, make sure to DM me what you plan to do.
I can go, so I
There's
have time to attack.
there is no house without a great foundation. So if elected to chancellor, I would have my month to basically build a strict law and order and revamp all of the different systems so that when we go into the new server, we will have everything we need to be prepared. That way we can actually focus on the server itself instead of focusing on internal issues that could divide us and make us less apt at conquering the server in the name of Wisteria.
Power Treasure, what do you plan to do?
So, quite simply, we're not in the server yet. I obviously we're going to build infrastructure. Obviously, I'm going to do my job as chancellor, like the stuff that I'm just going to skip over all that stuff because yes, I'm going to put people in charge who are going to do their jobs. Like I feel that's pretty apparent. But what I will say is I do want to have meetings beforehand. I want to talk to all the people and I want to figure out what we're going to do. I feel like we should have a centralized base where we can work together to build up our stuff. Obviously, we'll have branch towns outside of that, but generally, I think we shouldn't rush to have this huge written out plan before the server even like forms. I feel like having people constantly there to give feedback while the server is developing is the best plan of action.
Okay, thank you. By the way, you guys will be able to ask each other X, Y, and Z after everyone gives their thing.
Okay.
Spiff or Swiss or Llama, if any, I don't know if any of you can actually talk, but please text me something quick in my DMs or anywhere actually. Just what do you guys plan to do to prepare for Pactoria, which opens in 1 to 2 months? Um, I got an Aura Swiss DM. Aura Swiss says I don't know. Okay.
Let's go. That's my candidate.
Hey, thank you, Arthwest.
Llama
Thank
says,
you.
Love you,
as
Aura.
stated in my speech, I have already been working hard researching the server and already working on build schematics for our towns. I wish to formalize and recreate the leadership meetings, create structure, and work and start mass recruiting, getting to know everybody and create stability. I think it's super important to be as prepared as possible. That's all from Llama. Now we're waiting for Spiff. Spiff, take your time, the message. And I guess you guys could prepare questions to ask each other if any of you have questions for each other. We'll just wait for Spiff.
You said we could ask each other questions or no?
Yes, but after Spiff. Spiff is just typing.
Oh, after Spiff.
Yeah. And then what's it called? Or Swiss or TXZ. Or not TXZ, Llama. If you have questions, make sure to DM me. Prefer now, not before. We'll just wait. Okay, Orswis is actually adding to what he said. Is he's actually wants to recruit and he wants to train and also train PvP for the type
No,
of
no,
stuff.
I already recruited like 6 PvPers.
Oh shit. Okay, my bad. So you already started, bro. Orsus ain't even Chancellor and he already started. Make Wisteria great again. I agree. So what Spiff said is I agree with Power's argument, but I'll add on some things. He says, wait, this is a question, bro. Yo, yo, wait. Let me read this in.
His
Let me read this in
speech
my
is that
head.
he agrees with me. I'll take it.
Okay,
Love
Spiff,
you, Spiff.
Spiff, you need to DM me what you not what other people think. Cause you asked me. I think this is a question for Power Charger, but I need as an individual, how would you prepare for Pactoria? Is that what you sent me, or am I misunderstanding it? It just might be me. Just DM me it. Like, okay, so Spiff kind of wants to do something similar to Power Charger. But he says, I disagree. We should plan as much as we can to make a stable. It's kind of, Spiff, he wants
Six,
to be a
seven.
little bit more organized before the server starts. He wants to plan it. He wants to be more stable before it starts. But he agrees with the whole concept and the whole premises of what Power Charger said. Now, now we're gonna go into questions. Llama has a question. So Llama says, for Power, why do you think it's not super vital to be prepared for a server or for Pactoria?
So I do think it is vital to be prepared for the server. What I'm saying is I feel like we should not go in with a strict plan that cannot change form. A lot of times when you go to a server immediately, like yes, your initial plan of day one, like builds, whatever, that exists. But you need
Yeah,
to
Silver.
shift around the fact that other variables can change. And I'm more saying that I would like to wait until we are closer and then have discussions with other people. Because one of my big things is I'm put in leadership roles all the time. But I hate when I just have to sit there and make the decisions. If I'm in a leadership role, I'm going to be talking to other people to make the plan so that we have the best plan with as many voices as physically possible on the project.
Okay, thank you. To Silver Red?
Your friends, you mean?
No,
No,
we're not
not
we're
my
not.
friends. I
Yo,
sit in VCs all the time, but yeah.
okay. One before you guys continue. To answer Silver Red. The Chancellor is running right now. I wouldn't necessarily presume that Pactoria is gonna open, so it's a little iffy. Me personally, I believe it's gonna be opening in the month of October, and the next election will be September 20th. So
Yeah.
it's
Actually, I
um,
do have a question for Power Charger.
but related to what he said about Pactoria.
It is.
Okay.
So you're talking about how you're going to adapt to the server itself, right? Power Charger?
My mic just died. Correct, that is the intention.
So what are you actually going to do as Chancellor to prepare for it? Because that's not for another 2 months. Are you just going to... What are you going to do in that time? Because you might not be Chancellor when the server even drops. So what can you
So
do now to prepare for the server?
So I am aware of that. Obviously, there are structural reforms that need to happen. Like we don't really have anyone in Warden right now or the ranks ascertaining below that. So it is very hard to put people in positions without merit when there's no one playing. But I will try to do some reorganization. In all honesty, if you guys have more specific questions, I was kind of waiting for the Q&A session for that because I don't really see a reason to sit here and drag out your guys' time by explaining every little change that I'm going to make. Because, like, obviously, I'm going to do my job. Yes, I'm going to promote people that do their job, fill in other people. Yes, I'm going to reorganize grinding servers so everyone is able to easily access information. Yes, I will have basic structural plans. But that is all stuff that is just blatantly obvious. So I don't see a really need to extensiate and drag that out right now.
Mm-mm.
Kind of what we're here for, though, is to hear the plans.
Okay. Okay, I think that's enough.
Practical games. I'm
Okay,
fighting you.
I think that's enough for in relation to Factoria. Like now, this is kind of where it gets a little bit more hostile. If you guys have any questions not related to Factoria, it could be related to Minecraft in general, Wisteria, XY, just related to Minecraft. You guys can ask away, and for the people who cannot talk, make sure to DM me. I don't know if Power Charger, Frippity, or Swiss seems like he could talk now. Um, if you guys have any oh wait, okay, no, that's after Silver. It's after this. You guys get to ask questions. But if any of the candidates have any questions for each other, or anything to say, any comments, whatever, the time is right now.
Power Charger, how long is temporarily keeping your friends in positions of power? What would a time frame be on that?
To what point?
When you sorry, in your initial thing, you talked about having your friends in ministerial positions or like high
I
ranking,
said
like
I was going to
promotions.
bring in people that I trusted to do the jobs. So
This
yes, it
guy's gonna
probably
bring
may end up being people
Hibernia.
that I'm more familiar with. I'm not bringing purely like I'm not going to recruit people from the Hibernia Discord server if that's what
He's
you're
gonna
We
bring
asking.
can, yeah,
That
we
would
Hibernia.
can see
be
our concern
I
for
would immediately
loyalty.
get no, I would immediately get
Cryptic,
thrown out of
cryptic.
chancellorship.
I'm on
That's pretty
vacation, bro.
obvious. But
Right.
so
Okay.
essentially, what would happen is I don't know all of you like as intimately as some of you, the other rest of you would. I don't have access to the initial logs of like when you all applied for your jobs. But what I will be doing is I will be putting people that I trust to carry their positions in temporarily until the positions are able to be filled, and then those positions will also become merit based. Everyone who I will put in those positions will understand that they are in their jobs as a transitionary period.
Shouldn't it just be merit based in the beginning? You can run interviews and stuff like that.
I suppose that's true, but I do need people to immediately pull people into the government. So they are going to be a transitionary government, are the people that I'm going to put in charge.
So temporarily is however long you deem it.
Temporarily is however long they are required to be there. But
Required by
yes.
whom? Who designates when required is?
So obviously there's not a designated time frame. It is until there are people in the slots. So if we look at the roles currently and we look at like the warden path, there's like really not anyone in those roles they need to be filled. They need to be filled by a warden. So as a chancellor, my job is to put someone in the position of warden and let
What?
that slot be filled. So that is what I will do.
Okay, I think that's good. Power, if you're done answering it. Um, Llama has a question for Power Charger. So Llama says Power Charger, if I understand correctly, you have no intention of running for chancellor until your buds told you to. So where is the ambition or dedication? Question mark. And
Yo,
are
why are
you
you mending?
bro,
Hmm?
or Swiss, mute your mic. And are
Oh,
they
my bad,
working
my
for
bad.
you to take power or something like that? Because it's weird that you don't ask to become chancellor until Sir Silver asked for it. Did you understand
So
everything?
to be fair, my position was not only asked for by Silver Red. It might not have been asked for by Silver Red at all. If someone told you that information that's different, obviously I was requested to be here. Now, what I will tell you is, you want to talk about ambition, and what I'll do, Geofront. I feel like that's. Oh, you told him directly. You asked. Yeah, he did ask. But Geofront. You want to ask about my commitment? Geofront.
Huh? Yeah, okay. Thank you.
I have a question for Llama.
Yeah.
So, seems kind of hypocritical, Llama, since you in the last election were trying to appoint people loyal to you and not to Wisteria, and how that was kind of a big part of why your campaign fell apart. How can we know that this time is different and that you're not merely saying you're going to run a clean campaign because you were caught last time?
Llama, take your time to. I need to. Llama, take your time to write me the message of that response. Just to give everyone context, the first chancellor election, it was versus Zinko and Llama, and Zinko won. Well, one of the main reasons Zinko won was Llama was caught threatening people if they didn't vote for him, such so he didn't win. And now just for everyone who doesn't know, that's what Frippity's just asking. Why? How do we know you're not gonna do that again? So and now Llama's writing me the answer because he can't talk. Um, I don't even think Spiff is Mike. I don't even think Spiff could hear us. Okay, Llama messaged me. That is true for pity, but this election was different, and I've realized that the last time was a mistake, and that I was overconfident. You can ask anyone to show their DMs, and there's no evidence of me doing anything weird or devious behind the scenes this time. So this election. Oh, Spiff could hear us. Um, if anyone, if any one of the candidates have another question, please let me know, or else we will be moving to the general Q&A session.
I have two.
Okay.
First of all, Llama, I would like you to elaborate on your plan. Um, sorry. I want you to elaborate on your plan for distributing labor between towns, because when I read your election speech, that stresses me out a little bit, because spreading people between towns, how are you going to control who goes where? Are you going to split apart friend groups? Are you just going to round robin everyone? Um, and how are you going to confirm that towns are contributing equally if you are spreading people apart? Like, are you going to put one dedicated member in with new recruits, possibly risking productivity? Or are you going to put recruits together because that would just forcefully segregate them? Like, how are you going to process that?
I would. Who's your second question to? Um.
So, Frippity
Okay.
Yep.
is my
Do
other
let
question.
you ask him, and so just give Llama time to write.
Yeah. And so, Frippity, your policy states that you want to make it so higher up leadership is only able to be spoken to by people around their level. Would that not immediately cut off communication between grinders, like I was on Geofront, and greater leadership? So is that only during higher leadings? Because if that's the case, then it's a pointless policy. So what's kind of your outlook on that?
No, so since you were a very big grinder, you would likely have been since everything's merit based with what I want to do. Um, you had proven your merit, and you would have talked with your quartermaster, and your quartermaster would have relayed information between leadership and between you until you yourself found a place of leadership, probably as quartermaster because you were putting in the most work out of everybody in that grinding section. So it kind of motivates people to want to rise higher in the ranks because then they get more soft power. Because the thing is, right now it's just the emperors with a lot of power. Then there's like everybody else kind of. And I think that delegation is the key to governance. So the emperors wouldn't have to be telling everybody what to do all the time. The quartermasters would have more say over how the grinding and stuff goes down instead of just directly relaying from the emperors to the grinders.
So does that mean you will also be doing demotions for people who are not as active?
Yes. In my ideal scenario, I would have been demoted because I was not as active.
Okay, I think that's it for this question. So Llama answered. He's still typing something else. Hopefully, it's not related to it. Um, if I'm not mistaken, Frippity, could you just give a little summary for everyone and me
Summary.
of the question? Power, not Frippity. Sorry, power. Oh my God, of your question, the Llama.
My question to Llama was your town-based system. You said you were separating people into, I believe, equality-based towns. Sorry, I'm not looking at notes. Um, and that would mean that you're splitting people. If you're splitting people apart, on what basis are you doing so, and how are you going to ensure that people produce equally while still having integrity to your efficiency?
Okay, Llama. This guy said don't say until I confirm, bro. Um, Spiff, bro, you want to say anything?
Yes, Biff.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna ask a
That's
question.
shade.
I'm gonna ask a question. Actually, no, I won't. Oh, Spiff's DMing me something. What's up, Spiff? What do you want to say? I got something. Okay, Spiff, shoot it, bro. Shoot. What's it called? Members aren't voting. You guys are. How? This is chance. This
Can I
is what's
send
it
a
called?
map of who's voting?
You want me? You? Oh wait, yeah.
I have a map of
Oh,
who's allowed to vote. Can
yeah.
I just
Send the
post it?
map and the thingy to chat. Okay, so what Llama says is, um, of course, people could still request to be in a town, and dedication and level of commitment for players will be pretty distributed. I plan to have people who excel in that job to be sent to that town. Also, each town's recruiters who recruit people will primarily have the what? I can't read, sorry guys. Also, each town's recruiters who recruit people will primarily have the people they recruit go to the towns unless there is an imbalance. I plan to settle town goals as well, with towns having rewards to be given out if they reach the goal before the other towns, encouraging work. Jeez. Okay, Spiff says, I don't even know if this is a question or not. So while we're voting for things, how there's a hierarchy, but even if someone can't vote, their opinion should matter. That's why the regular people in the audience will have a voice. For example, someone who, like Fishy, for example, or
Fishy's in
Slayer,
the audience.
or even Eruint, or I think that's Terrence. Terrence, or even
This turn.
Kevin. They could come up and have a voice, and they can ask a question. And I think what's really good about how everyone here, all the regular members, yeah, you Kevin, you. Oh, also Cryptic. But what I like about how everyone's here, all regular members are able to watch this, is it kind of encourages them to, be active and join leadership, so they could be a part of this. Have a voice, be able to run, etc., etc. And what Spiff says is his goal as chancellor oh my god, his goal is to be, oh my god, I'm gonna just read it. So my goal as chancellor will be to hear everyone's opinion. Spiff wants to hear everyone's opinion. I think that's very important. All right, I think we're done.
Yo, Abad, why are you so mean to Spiff, bro?
I'm not mean.
What the heck, Abba? Why are
I
you
can't
so mean
read,
to
bro. I
Spiff?
can't read.
Unbelievable.
I can't read, bro. English is not my first language. Okay. Sorry. Why'd I get a pink? Now we're gonna be doing audience Q&A. So how it's gonna
This is
work.
where it's gonna get fun.
Anyone in the audience could raise their hand and ask a question to a specific candidate, or all of them, or two or three, or me, or TXZ, I guess. You guys have been up. I removed everyone who was raising a hand. So everyone just raise a hand if you have a question. Could be about anything Minecraft related. You need to be impartial. Yeah, I'm being impartial, bro. Wow, no one
Really?
has questions. That's great.
No questions.
Oh,
Wow.
Wistar. Also, if you want to be private,
Yes. Thank
if you
you.
want to be private, please DM me, and I won't say who said what. And Power Charger, I don't know if that guy's
EXE.
still interested in a question.
Yeah.
I think he's
EXE,
just
do you have a
messing with
question
me.
for me, bro?
Okay, Lord Wistar, it's your
I
turn.
have a question for everybody.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, yeah, my thing's too. Okay. So for Power Charger and Spiffy, yeah. Oh wait, can Spiff hear me?
He can.
Okay, yeah. So you two are like high up in Hibernia, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Would you say that you would like? How would you like? Because Hibernia is quite a grindy like team, right? Yeah, you'd say.
It depends on the season, but yes.
Yeah. How would you like devote your time to both servers at the same time?
So I will answer while he types. I am a significantly higher ranked Hibernian than Spiff is.
Yeah.
As of right now, Hibernia, at least during the next chancellor election, has minimal things to do. I've been promoted to a leadership position recently, and my main job on Hibernia is literally to take alt accounts and sit them in an AFK pool, and then lead during PvP. So my job in Hibernia is literally to not play the game about 75% of the time. So I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory as of how I would delegate my time.
Spiff, if you want to answer that. Spiff, how? Okay, but Spiff, you're a member of Hibernia and Wisteria. How will you balance both your time? How will you balance with what's it called? Hibernia is a very grindy group because they play a lot of grindy servers, which takes a lot of time. How will you make sure you're active in Hibernia and both Wisteria? Yeah, exactly. Llama, I'm gonna send you a question in DMs. You gotta answer it. It's Zinko's question. I don't know if you saw it. But you can just answer that. Okay, he says, how will I balance? I already do. I balance 5 servers currently active in all. Aura. With stars, is that all? With star.
Yes, yeah, sure, whatever.
All right. Thank you. Next person. We got Terrence. All right.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. My question to Power Charger is, when will the aluminum farm be back up? I need more slime fun
Swear
aluminum.
to
This is
God.
incredibly important. Are you gonna get it
This
back
is
up this
this is
season?
incredibly important. Is this season coming back?
Okay, well, I need to know because if I don't have aluminum, I can't make 12 carbonado furnaces, and it's gonna make me really sad.
Mhm. So I see. If you can get the server back up, the
Okay.
aluminum farm will be back up.
All right, I'm gonna have the server
So
up tomorrow. 1 second.
okay, thank you.
Is this a question
Alright.
of chancellorship or what's going on right now?
This is not a question of chancellorship.
Grinding related.
This is grinding related. See, if
Okay.
I don't have aluminum, I'm going to like die in real life. So it was a very important
He
question.
needs it to live. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Yes,
true.
mhm.
I needed to make PvP kits, dude. It's over. Yep, that's true. Femboy Crip, nice name. Yeah, you're very correct on this.
Okay. Yeah, great question.
Hope he's gone.
Yeah, thank you. For everyone who's clueless, it wasn't related to chancellorship.
It
So,
kind of was.
yeah, I guess. I guess. Silver Red, shoot.
Hi, I have a question for Mr. Senator Lama. How many towns would you be splitting Wisteria into? In like because you're splitting towns up based on resource collection. And how would you prevent that, like if you were to say split all of the Hibernians up like we had in the factory on Geofront, right? Like surely that would damage the integration of those people into the wider Wisteria community. How would you be preventing that from happening? Same with new recruits.
He said 3 towns. I don't know. It's gonna take him a while to answer the rest. So give this guy some time. Nah, Terrence, bro, that was a beautiful question.
Okay, so guys, how's the weather?
Yeah, we gotta take our time. He sent a map
Yep.
of how he's gonna distribute all the towns. But
Okay,
I
and why
think
3? Sorry, that might be an extra question, but yeah.
I don't think Hibernians are very they don't really care if they're together or with us or whatever.
Brains are absolutely clannish.
To be fair, I will say it's not that we're clannish, it's that our time zones overlap because I'm essentially like I'm so close to an Asian time zone that I'm awake when one of them goes to sleep, and I'm awake when the other one wakes up. So we overlap extremely well. And to be fair, seeing that we outproduced the entirety of Wisteria, we did a pretty good job.
One server, by the way.
One server.
Well, it's not Hibernians. Oh yeah, I was kind of all of Hibernian.
We're dual citizens.
Okay, but what's it called? Zinko, this was a while ago in like DMs or whatever, but Zinko asked Llama, I have a question for Llama. If you have lost the last election, would you still regret your ways? Because the last election you seemed very confident in your oh my god, policy slash way of getting votes up until you realized you lost the vote. And Llama says, I'm not gonna lie, I realized I was a mistake right after I did it. I just couldn't take it back, so I tried to play it off, hoping I could still win, but I fully regret the decision. And then Llama to Silver Red, and 3 is a great number because the location form a triangle which will allow. I'm not gonna read this because I'll tell you all later why I'm not gonna read all of that.
What?
No, 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 don't worry. It's just about strategic positions, etc., etc. Silver Red, is that all?
Oh yeah, that's all.
Okay.
I mean, I did ask about integration too, but that's, if it's only 3, then that makes sense.
Yeah, he chose 3 because of if you look at the map, strategic locations, etc., etc.
So it's less about them each focusing on a resource and more just about the map.
Yes.
Now that's more confusing. So then why did he talk in his speech about them each producing a specific resource?
I don't know. It's both, he said, not one.
Okay, well, all right, that's all.
All right, thank you. Okay, so Wistar Fishy, you're next, by the way. Wistar asks Oriswis, do you really think you'd make a better chancellor than general when half of your points are things that revolve around PvP?
Yes.
Your answer is just yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Fishy, you're up.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
How you doing? I hope you guys have a nice day. Anyways, I have a question for our power charger, if he doesn't mind. I know he's been interrogated a lot, since he's from
Yeah, I know you
another
guys love
foreign.
me.
Yeah, they
Yeah, we love you. Don't worry. But anyways, cut to the chase. I appreciate that you want to prioritize with Syria, but having a high rank in Albania, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Naturally creates a big conflict of interest, big decisions, and or conflicts when it comes between the two groups. When you say you are not online 75% of the time, that 25% of the time is still a percentage of time we got to worry about. It's just common sense. To make sure everyone's on the same page, how specifically do you plan to handle situations where Syria's and Hibernia's interests directly clash? What concrete steps or boundaries are you setting to ensure Syria's your full focus when it matters most? Sorry if
So
that sounded
to be clear, right now, Otbot can correlate on the or corroborate on this. I believe Hibernia and Wisteria are on good terms. That's what I've been told.
Yeah, we are.
well.
So Hibernia and Wisteria should not be in direct conflict, so I'm not even thinking about
Yeah,
that
we don't
currently.
play the same server, so
Yeah.
It's a time. I think it's
Well,
a time conflict. Is what he's trying to say.
So yes, it's possible that wars overlap. But what I will say is the possibility that wars overlap is when's the next Brusal in like 4 months?
yeah.
So I could hypothetically have 4 terms as chancellor before that becomes a problem. So it's not like, or 4 terms as any post. So that's not necessarily a huge like concern to me right now. Um, Obviously, like if Hibernia is playing some sub server, then like I don't care. So
well,
I know we're playing that one server with Star, but like I'm not really expected to do much on that server.
okay. I think that would be all then. But moving forward, I have a question. How many hours do you usually spend on that
Oh,
server
fuck, this guy's spit.
weekly?
That one or the one without you guys?
Well, not spent, because spent you can't take it back to the past. Time's time. I'm talking about
Mhm.
what's your intentions and for the future? How much you spent here for hypothetically?
Oh, so
Show
here
everyone.
it was about 18 hours a day, for the entire duration of the server.
Okay.
We played a server
So
and got nuked like 2 weeks ago, and he was our most active player.
yeah,
Contributed the most.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's GG.
All right. All right.
Sleep is
We'll
bad
see you
for
forever.
this
All right.
guy.
See you guys.
All right,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
Haven't
letting
heard
me
that voice
stand
in
up
such
in
a
the
long time.
auditorium. All right.
Thank you, Fishy.
Thank you, TXZ. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Ciao.
Okay, we have some DM questions. So question from Zinko. From Zinko, question for Llama. Oh, I can't say this word. That ad adduct.
Spell it
AQU.
out.
Induct.
Aqueduct.
Yeah, the aqueduct system seems a little redundant,
Aqueduct.
especially if there's going to be TP. There's not. How can you be sure it will be worthwhile for the time and effort of it? Can you and can you guarantee that the items flowing through will be kept safe? Well, that's kind of ore. I didn't know you're talking about like the Roman aqueduct shit. Bro, to build it. There's no TPs. Oh my god, it's a Koopy. What's up, bro? Okay, I guess.
Yeah. A Koopy knows Bob.
I guess, bro. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know visitors could come here, bro. I realized at the start, but I didn't really change it. Okay, then Zinko adds, how can you be sure it's worthwhile when there's horseback and boats? Okay, so Llama says for like losing materials or whatever, they're gonna be encased and non-griefable, and
so
apparently
to
there
jump
is
in a little bit.
TPA that, and if there's TPA, then it is an option, but that is not confirmed.
So, quick thing because the person's obviously typing. So, aqueduct systems means a water resource transport network. The problem is if the server freezes, you go to lazy loaded chunks, deloaded chunks, etc., then what will happen is your resources will get stuck in lazy loaded chunks, have a 5-minute timer elapse, and then instantly despawn when you reload the chunks. So,
Have you considered the LARP?
Guy from Iron
I-
Hills,
yes.
I kind of need to cut you off because you're a visitor, but thanks for coming, bro. Okay, guys, there was a guy in Iron Hills in the ship, bro. That's why I was like iffy about talking about. We kind of gave a guy in Iron Hills all our town locations, but it's whatever. It doesn't really matter. They're on a different continent.
Isn't Iron Hill like Elysium?
I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, it is Elysium.
They can still see the chat. I don't care if they can see the chat, bro. I don't care, bro. No,
Yo,
I
Iron
can't
Hills
see.
is gonna
I
slime
can't see the
Mysteria out.
Iron Hills. Iron Hills tends to be more peaceful, and they're gonna be busy.
I don't think they're peaceful after I saw what they'd done to Sarconia.
On Wayhaven.
They got like a PvP clan supporting them now.
Okay, I'm not worried. What's it called?
Oh, Silver Red has a hand up.
I got a bunch of fucking questions in my DMs. You know what, bro? If you DM me shit, bro, fuck you, bro. I'll be honest. I'll be honest, bro. I ain't reading all that shit, bro.
Just
Okay,
type it
wait,
in
wait,
the
yo,
stage.
Arian, before you go, bro. Llama,
Okay.
so fuck, the adduct.
Take your time.
Yo, what is this word, bro?
Aqueduct? Are you trying to say aqueduct?
The
Aqueduct.
aqueduct system
Aqueduct.
is a better option because horse and boats are required to be driven by players. The aqueduct system doesn't require player management. And if that happens, a member of the CCCBS will go collect the items. And as Fripp said, it's super LARPy.
All right, I'm gonna make this exceptionally simple. Just to be quite blunt, before I actually ask my question, I do not believe that an aqueduct system, etc., will actually be necessary, given the fact that Pactoria has historically and will likely, just given off their leaks, will likely be using portals again. How portals work is that essentially you can have mass amounts of people. Yeah, they are okay. So I don't really see the point of it then. Now. What I want to ask the Power Charger is actually in regards to how he's going to delegate things for national defense. In particular, I'm sure that I don't know if you've read up properly on the war system yet. It is a Nexus system, so essentially it's a glorified capture the flag. I guess my biggest question is who, if you have anybody in mind thus far, are you going to actually delegate to the construction of what's going to inevitably be forts? And obviously, who are you going to delegate to forts? That's just all I'm asking. Who are you going? What is the plan for national defense, if there is any? Who are you going to delegate to?
I'm not allowed to say who I'm giving jobs.
Okay, that's fair enough.
But it would be given to the GenSec, and the GenSec would be in charge of passing that on to the builders to build the forts. Obviously, there would be other people, like probably the quartermasters would be expected to help print those, assuming printing's allowed, or just build them in general. Yeah. So.
Oh, printing is allowed? All right, lovely. That's amazing. And I actually have very high faith in the current Gen Secretary, who I believe is the only other legitimate candidate here, no offense. But anyway, you have a very nice day. God bless your fucking candidacy, Power Charger. I hope you win.
Dude, I love your voice.
Yeah. Thank you. I previously led Germany on the other server, and this guy was fucking heart of industry, so it's why he's my candidate. This fucking guy right here, Power Charger. Let me tell you. Now, I do have to dip out, or at least back to the audience, because I have no further questions.
All right, thank you.
Wait, before you go, this is not an official promotion, but I would love to take you on for the Wisteria Times, my personal newspaper thing, if you would want it.
Of course,
you could be.
I would be completely down for an interview.
Yep.
And I would be down to do that as well. On the actual server, a lot of the things that I do as John Pactoria, because that's the character that I'm going as historically. You did? Okay,
No,
lovely.
You gotta do it.
Oh, you? Okay, sorry, as in me. Okay, so my history on Pactoria is just to be blunt. For about a year on Pactoria, I was the Jesus figure. They're actually hiding a lot of the books that I wrote in Pactoria 1 across the entire map. More than likely, I'm going to be a religious figure on Pactoria, and even though I'll be aligned to Wisteria, and maybe even have my claim in Wisteria, I'll probably, one way or another, end up being mostly neutral. Now, on that note, what that does give me the ability to do is two things. One, a lot of and I wish I had a better name for it. A lot of bread and circus type stuff, to where it's like, okay, newspaper stuff, atlases. I wrote a lot of atlases, and moreover, it allows me to be an extremely versatile diplomat, which is my plan for Wisteria in particular, to essentially act as almost a third party diplomat for the country.
Get this guy in touch with Wargood, dude. Holy.
Again, I'm not inexperienced with this stuff either. I'm not like a complete random walking into me. Some of the higher leadership here knows who I am. And I guess my word to all the lords is that Wisteria, as of current, especially following the great nuking of Geofront by the terrible owner, is going to get at least a minor envoy of some of my people here. And on that note, we are watching the Council of Lords, and I do hope that the Lords at least elect my favored candidate, that being Power Charger, or if Power Charger somehow does not just completely have a super majority in the House of Lords, then the next pick would probably be Frippity. I think that any other candidate currently running, no offense, Oroswis, you beautiful Italian, or Llama, you amazing architect, it would be unwise.
I'm gonna end you.
I'm sorry, Oroswis, okay?
No, I will end you right here.
I think he would be an amazing Chinese warlord. Just to be honest, I think
will end you.
He would be an amazing Chinese warlord. I agree.
I think we should have this guy in the front lines, like Genghis Khan, just shooting down because there's horses, right?
I think
shooting on horseback.
I think we should put AC Cruent as a decoy for them to murder.
You can't say that out loud.
I mean, honestly, okay, that's kind of what happened last time. The biggest war on Pactoria was the Matrix War.
They
literally came to my house and dropped the fucking anvil on my head, and then it rained for 3 days straight because of that event. Dude, that's been my position always. You're not changing much up. But yeah. So
Yeah,
my personal blessing, power charger. I honestly, again, I have a lot of confidence in his ability to delegate. And the other thing is as well is just to be completely
Yes,
sure on
Star,
this,
it's done.
because you are going to be a servant of the government, thereby being elected a chancellor. It's a matter of when, frankly, because again, I think you have an extremely solid an extremely solid route to chancellery. It'll be different than last time, where it's going to be more public and Wisteria controlled. Yes, the last thing that I want is us being, as discussed last time, essentially hindered. And even if it is privatized, I want it to work in favor of the state. That's going to be arranged. Yes.
Yes, I see. It would be a state business.
Yes. Okay. And stuff like that has worked before.
Are banned in Wisteria.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. It's honestly one of the better systems for Minecraft, just to be blunt. Anyway, so I guess that concludes all of my questions. God bless your candidacy, Power Charger. Frippity, you are an amazing person. I think that Power Charger would be simply better for delegation, but I also have high confidence in you as well, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Good day.
We should murder AC Cruent.
Yeah, I agree. Does anyone have anything? Really? Silver Red, do you
Well,
want to ask?
those DM questions.
Yo, Cryptic, you can't say that. Cryptic. Cryptic, I'm gonna like.
Orsus, you still have oh, not Orsus, I meant Silver Red.
Silver Red.
I'm gonna end you, Cryptic. I'm gonna end Hibernia.
Hi. So, shut up, Aura. Frippity,
You
said
shut
that
up,
if
shut.
you were in charge, you would have demoted yourself from GenSec,
And yourself.
right? If you were to have demoted yourself from GenSec, then you wouldn't be eligible to run for the Chancellor. So why are you running, given that you would have demoted yourself if you were in charge?
That's a fucking good question. Hold on, run that by me one more time. Fucking stun locked me.
Okay, so you said that if you were in charge, like if you were the Chancellor and somebody
Yep.
that had the activity that you had for the month
Right.
was in your role, you would demote them, right?
Right. Yes.
But because you don't have any other leadership role, unless that's a mistake with when we went through all the leadership roles again, because you don't have another one, as far as I'm aware, you wouldn't be eligible to then be in the election for chancellorship. So
right, but I wasn't
why
demoted.
are you running for chancellorship? No, but
because
you don't have,
I
you
have
only have
the
GenSec, that's the only role. Which
yes,
other role
because
do you
I have a very strong I am the reason this role exists in the first place. I was the first GenSec. I think I've been the
but
only
you said that you
GenSec.
would have demoted yourself. Yeah, but you said that you would have demoted yourself if you had been the chancellor and somebody that had your activity.
That's
had
just due
been
to inactivity because of. There's no reason. I mean, there is reason for the inactivity, but it doesn't excuse the fact that I wasn't doing my job. But now that is no longer an issue, so I don't see any reason. I wouldn't have ran for chancellor if I didn't think that I would be able to commit myself fully to it. Because again, I do not believe in half-assing anything. So I believe that now that I have the free time to dedicate myself fully to Wisteria once more, I have the vision necessary to reorganize and restructure what needs to be done in Wisteria. And once I've finished that, I'll probably just retire and go back into GenSec.
Okay, but that requires that the chancellor assigns you to GenSec. Anyway, it's fine.
Okay. Zinko asked Llama, why did you feel the need to include candidates in your introduction for Chancellor when you know
We were asked for them following.
because at the
Assuming
time
it
I was
wasn't
under the
immediately
impression that we were supposed to say our options. You know what? The blame is my bad. That was my fault. Let's just say that. OP.
It violated the fourth clause, which
Did it? Was it in
needs
his
to be.
thing?
It was, yeah, he had who he was going to appoint in his thing and had to be hidden.
Yes.
Oh, I guess you made a mistake.
And Power Charger was late on the application, so I feel like there's multiple people who just shouldn't even be up here.
Yeah, I am sorry for that. I asked permission. I got a Senate vote for it, but you know.
Yeah. Still, punctuality is something that needs to be taken into account. But I will say, both of us did show up exactly at 1 p.m., so I'm kind of...
You guys got me worried.
No, I just thought it'd be funny.
I know. You guys... For putting these answers, DMs, though.
My DMs? I have no DMs.
Let's look at our DMs. No, because when I text someone, debate in 30 minutes, starting in 4 minutes, you know.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah, but no, but
No,
like,
I just...
when I do that, I'm like, I assume someone's gonna text me, okay.
No, I was doing a bit.
That's fine, don't worry. But what's it called? I think that is it. AC, is it a question or a rant? Oh, he took his thing away. Okay, if there's any
Probably
other
both.
questions anyone wants me
What
to
up?
go
What are your DM questions? Aren't those important?
No, I think I did all of them.
What?
Silver and AC both have their hands up again.
Oh god.
I think I did all of them. Nah, show the DM. You're lying. The fuck? I can't screen share my Discord. Doesn't work.
No, it's not Llama,
Oh,
because
this
Llama's
is-
trying to blame
you know
Clutch.
What? You know what? I'm bringing both of you guys up.
Hello.
You can go first. I'm not.
I guess I have one request actually to the Emperor. Now, what I would like to generally look at is the House of Lords. One of its, I guess, responsibilities is that it does generally try to represent the people to some extent, right?
Yeah.
Is that it's okay. So in that case, then, I would like to be just very blunt in saying I think that, you know, again, we should have the elections not be, you know, everybody should not be able to vote in this regard, because again, that would be changing up the goalpost very, very close to when the actual election's coming out. But I think that we should be able to see which lord votes for who. And the reason, you know, as the people. And the reason why I say this is because the Council of Lords, as, you know, previously stated, is supposed to represent the people. And what I see most of is a lot of people in this audience in particular that are citizens or, say, individual lords, but mostly I talk about citizens here, who support in favor of, I think, two candidates, that being Frippity and Power. So in that case, I think that in any sense, honestly, you could also... It could be almost ceremonial. I don't know if it would matter too much, but you could add a portion where civilians and lords can vote as to see who the civilian population wants in power. I really don't think it would be that bad of an idea to let the civilian population participate in votes, but maybe in the next election. But at the very least, I think that we should perhaps look into letting some of the regular civilians take a look at who's voting for who. Would you disagree with that?
It is the chancellors that do the election rules, as far as I'm aware.
The chancellors could put legislation and try to get it passed in the Senate. I mean,
I fully intend on restructuring the election rules into a extremely in-depth, rigid document that will basically help candidates in the future not run into the same issues that Aura or Llama ran into, where there's some sort of agreed upon format that the initial campaign introductions have. That way that it's just based off of the candidacy instead of how much effort they actually put into writing it, which is important, but that will be important in further debates and stuff like that. Right? It's just the initial introduction to people should be standardized. That way people can have... Because not everybody knows how to write as good as others, right? And not everybody has the time to dedicate to writing a fucking 3-page introduction script.
So, I guess the one thing is that especially following what I've heard kind of chilling tales of the recent elections, and my biggest thing is that for the Council of Lords to function properly, I believe, again, like I previously mentioned, there should be some form of accountability to where the people can look at who is voting and who is doing what. The biggest thing I don't want to happen is, I guess, political discourse. The one thing that I guess that not necessarily people were right on, but people were, I guess, pointing out was that, yes, even though in my opinion it doesn't matter for jack squat, because I feel like right now what the Empire needs is meritocracy. Power Charger is, from what I know, in comparison to some of his what's it called? I'm going to say opposing candidates, generally newer, and that's not to any of his dismerit. But what I'd like to prevent from happening is Power Charger, who I know to be more than capable of doing his job, essentially once he's in, to be prevented from doing so as a result of, say, oppositionary from the other lords or the other parts of the hierarchy. I essentially want to make sure the Chancellor can do his job.
Oh no,
And
there's
that's
not like
that's necessary.
like
Yeah.
what's it called? To be fair, one that's probably not gonna happen because it's not really like there's not like rival ideologies right now. It's not like
Okay.
it's not like what's it called? IRL, like a communist party and a far right party are both in the Senate, and then they get to vote on stuff, and obviously they're always gonna like vote against each other. Like that's not gonna happen. I doubt it will. And also, it's usually it's not really leadership that votes on a lot of things. It's more of the Senate and emperors who vote, and like
Okay.
most of them are super unbiased, and not except Llama, none of them are actually running. So I believe that's not, if ever it does happen though, some questions need to be asked because are you voting in favor of Wisteria, or are you voting in favor of your own personal benefit?
Right. All I
Or
fear
those
of
of
is
your Hibernian friends.
previously discussed political I guess political points of contention. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's real. At the end of the day, I think that's what we need to prevent. And I said at the start, don't take this too deep. And after the election is done, make sure you don't take this too deep because um it's not that deep. And what I would also like is that if a chancellor, or if you like what your opponent is saying, and if you think that your opponent would do a good job, I would definitely like point out that I would suggest after this election you guys should definitely work with each other. If you like some of the things one of your opponents is saying, you should be like, hey, we could work with each other, or hey, I could give you a role or whatever. You know what I mean. I just want it's just MC, bro. Nah, bro. Slayer. This is
No, it's
Wisteria.
way more important than that. This was yeah.
The big Wist.
I'm back.
But I do believe that.
Okay. What? Oh no.
Actually, no.
Wait, is
I'm
my
done
mic
yapping.
muted?
Silver, that's your question.
Right. Pripity, you like during the debate, you really asked Pariki for like details on what he plans on doing for like the next month. But when you were saying what you were planning on doing, you were quite vague. So I just want to ask you to go into detail on what you're planning on doing, because as far as I could understand from your speech, you basically said, "I will do what has already been done," and that was about it. So you know.
No, I'm gonna revamp what's done. There is a good foundation, but there needs to be every single system needs to be expounded upon. There has to be a written, codified system for things that it just isn't present right now. So, have you looked at my
Yeah,
chancellorial
but
announcement thing?
how? What system and how? Yes, I have. You just say that you're gonna revamp the system, but you don't
All of
actually
it.
say what you're going to revamp it to or how. That's just really vague, though. Like, what are you going to do to improve
So
the Senate, for
okay,
example?
let's just
What's
say okay. So
specifically?
I'll get into
Yeah.
specifics then. So usually specifics come as they are required. So I will just focus on. So the first thing I'm going to do is revamp the election system for the chancellors, and I already spoke about how we should have some sort of not template, but like standardized thing for candidates to fill out and like
a format. You need.
yeah.
He told me we
Okay, but
need to see.
surely that would degrade how dedicated. Surely that would degrade how you could see, like, from looking at the speeches, you could see who were dedicated to being chancellor and who weren't. Like, you had people like Orison that were clearly joke candidates, and then you had people like Llama, Power, and you, who had put in the effort to actually write out a speech. You know, like,
But I don't think that should be the
surely
only
by adding
speech.
a
Like that
template,
shouldn't
you're
be the
actually
only thing that we
boosting
put
the
out.
ability to see from.
So what I'm saying is that there should be a
So you're actually saying we should put out
initial
more.
introduction. Yes, way more. There's an initial introduction which should be standardized so that it's not people aren't going into it thinking, okay, well this guy's not dedicated to introducing himself, because like who fucking cares about introductions? Then there should be an actual platform that you write out, and that is something that should not have a template, and that should be purely based off of what you plan to do, how you plan to do it, how long you expect it to take. There should be, I mean, I think there should be graphs and
Okay.
like external Word documents that connect to it.
Okay, and
It should be in
have you
like an
gone through
actual
this process of
platform.
what you want to do and how long you expect it to take? Like, do you have an example, or are you just saying that you'd like the next people to do it?
I'm gonna do it. I mean, I didn't do it this election because
Like,
it
do you
wasn't
know what you
necessary.
want to do, how long it'll take to implement, or
I do.
Well, yeah, but surely that would show that you're more dedicated than the other candidates, so you would have done it, unless it's something that you wouldn't do unless it's required.
What?
Yo, FYI,
Well,
we're not
surely you
yo,
have.
yo, 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 yo,
If
we're
if you're
not,
saying that a
yo, yo,
candidate
yo, yo, yo,
should,
yo, 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 yo. We're not debating what he plans to do. You're just asking a question about X, Y, and Z. But it's a fair point.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying that surely if he
Yeah, but
thinks
I
that
feel like we're
candidates
going into the
should do
nitty-gritty and
such things,
debating
then he
about
would
what
have
he
already
plans
done
to
it.
do.
It's a circular conversation. We don't have a
Yeah.
server right now, right? That's the truth. It's why Power Charger and Frippity both have
Oh, yeah,
not had
that's
answers in
obvious,
regards to
yeah.
what we're going to do. What we're going to do is what we fucking have to do, right? Like, just to be blunt.
That's kind of what I was saying, yeah.
And you know, just to be, I think Power Charger is going to generally prep us better in regards to industry. I think he's going to, which is honestly what matters. But I have confidence in both candidates that they're going to function. What was it for? You know, when I say both candidates, I say both Frippity and Power Charger, that they're going to function in the best manner for the nation, just generally. But we have no idea what the fuck that looks like right now, just to be blunt. We'll revamp the system to whatever is needed for the server. If it was up to me, I think that we would probably, you know, again, we would look at, if it were up to me, I would implement a fucking parliament. I think that the more that people are involved in the politics and involved in the nation, the more activity it's going to breed. I think locking it down and bottlenecking it to the Lord system is counterintuitive. But yeah, that's kind of my piece. I feel like going in circular conversations about specific policies is not ideal.
Also, everyone left. You guys are just kind of.
Also, you kept bringing up Hibernia. Like, I don't see how that's particularly relevant to Wisteria, given that
It's relevant because Hibernia show that they do not care about our customs and our. I was banned from Wisteria for speaking out against them.
To be fair, I also argued against that.
But you're grouping.
I know. No, you and I actually
Yeah.
agreed in those conversations. I remember. But still, when you say you still
take one
have.
bad habit and then you painted everyone with it. That doesn't really. That's not a very leader-like thing to do. To take one bad situation and then
it's just not trusting Hibernians to care for Wisteria, as I care for Wisteria.
But as we've established, me, Power, Cryptic, and Kevin and Spiffia, 2 of which out of 5 are running for chancellor, have spent a long time on Geofront doing things with Wisteria because we've decided that we had to make an effort. But by basically grouping all those 5 people with the entirety of Hibernia, which, by the way, is like, what, 50 people? You basically divided that work. Would you do that with other people, other groups on the server? Like,
Yep.
okay.
It's really just those who are fully loyal to Wisteria. I don't know how you can be in 2 separate Geopol
But would you say
Minecraft
that
groups.
Power hasn't proven that?
No, Power has for sure proven his dedication to Wisteria, but he still
So then why
holds
were you
a
interrogating
position
him
of
over it?
power. Because he still holds a position of power in Hibernia. So if a day comes where he needs to be in a meeting for Hibernian, if there's a meeting in Hibernia for leadership, and he needs to be there, and he's also chancellor, which one would take priority for him? I don't know. And I don't know if I can trust that he will for sure.
Just schedule the meetings separately.
Yeah. Also, what I will say is we're hounding on the fact that I'm in both very hard for the fact that the job of the chancellor primarily is to delegate tasks to other people and to schedule the infrastructure. So you're asking me what would happen if there's a conflict with a meeting that I scheduled and a meeting that I helped schedule. Also, we're laying it out like it's really simple. Like it's, oh, you can do this or you can do that. There's a million other factors that exist. Like if there's someone in Hibernia that can just do my job for me and I'm not really needed there, I'm going to come here. If there's someone here who I'm not really needed here and they can do my job here, I'm going to go there. It's really like, I feel like it seems a lot more obvious to me than it seems to you guys, but we really have this like us against them mentality
You guys are
with Hibernia
doing this
and
wrong.
other servers in general. It's really not that serious.
Okay. Well, I do trust that you are committed to Wisteria. There's no doubt in my mind that you have Wisteria at the forefront of your mind. I am just concerned how you can share a mind with Wisteria and Hibernia.
Well, okay, well, Hibernia's not going to be doing much for a month, and given that the chancellorship only lasts a month, I don't see why that's a concern. But that's just me. Anyway, I'm going to leave the session.
Yeah, guys, this is kind of done. Just for all the thingies, what I suggest is finding a sub server to play. In the meantime, do that. Don't be a bum. Thank you. But yeah, this is over. This is done. Thank you everyone for coming. Even though everyone kind of left already, the candidates you guys all did a really good job. This was very good, very entertaining. Um, where I think only 3 of the candidates are left, and let's be honest, you guys are
These are the 3 candidates.
these are the 3 serious ones.
Yeah,
Sadly,
the 3.
yeah, this is the 3. But I'ma just say the one thing I liked about what I did, gotta glaze myself, is we allowed members to come in here, even visitors. Yay.
Yeah, Cosmic
To some
popped up for a little bit. So did Fishy.
We got a fucking Iron
Some
Hills-
OGs.
Bro, we got an Iron Hills guy listening to half of this.
An infiltrator.
We got fucking wiretapping our comms.
Yeah, bro. Bro, I knew about it too, bro. I just let the guy.
No self-quiz, I agree.
Yeah.
Should I go talk to Cosmic and see if I can get them to reach Wisteria? Like, honestly, I bet I could.
Do
The
what?
I think Cosmic hates
amount of
Hibernians more than I do.
that.
Which Cosmic?
The one that's
Salt.
in Nation VC
The
right
one
now.
that leaves and rejoins every like 5 day, like every day.
Yeah.
Well, they're technically marked as a member. Hold on, what's the status here? Hold on.
Harmer
Wait a
votes
minute.
every time. She's not even a Wisterian. She's more of a
Dude, Harmer's getting fucking mind controlled with by 5 puppet strings, dude. You gotta get this guy under
Yeah, I need to
control.
tell him to stop
Jesus,
over.
man. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess you don't have to tell him one more time if I can get him to actually fully rejoin. But
Anyway, so
anywho,
Power Charger. I'm just gonna say that's I don't actually hate Hibernians, dudes, for the LARP, but you know, I gotta keep up the image of
It's more of a
Wisterian
talking point.
Trump.
It was more of a talking point.
Yeah.
I understand. Now it's not
But no, you're
racist, but only towards Hibernian people. Trust.
No, I'm super racist
That's
towards
fine,
everybody
man.
who's not Wisterian.
Fair enough.
you see, I'm fine with them. Oh, you see, I'm fine with America being a melting pot, but the gypsies.
Clip.
Oh my god.